Good morning, everyone. I just got back from the Greg Judy Grazing School, and I have to tell you that if you want to change the course of your farm and work on improving the soil via improving the microbiology beneath the soil and improving your grass stand as a consequence of that, so that you can do two things. One is grow more grass, and number two, improve your ability to provide forage for your cattle throughout the year and hopefully feed a minimum of hay. That is definitely the school to go to. It is very insightful. Greg will tell you all the things that he has done, which include the mistakes. And I've always promoted learn from others. As you know, I'm a veterinarian, and I wish that the things that I know now later in my career I had known when I was a young veterinarian. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to make mistakes to learn the appropriate things we need to learn to change course and improve what we do. Look at that heifer right there. She's a good one, half South Pole and half Angus cross out of one of these cows here. But anyway, Greg's school just focuses on all the things that we need to do to improve the landscape and keep our cattle healthy and provide the nutrient-dense forage they need to thrive and keep excellent condition on. And so it looks easy during the summer times, but it's a little bit harder during the winter months when the forage isn't as good, particularly down here in the southern states. The forage loses a lot of its nutrient density. The protein content goes down significantly, and so we do have to supplement with hay. But my plan is to decrease my hay cost by having stockpiled forage in front of these cattle. So we're in the months that I will let some pastures rest a little bit longer than normal, grow a little bit more feed. Look at that heifer. Again, she's half South Pole and half Angus cross. I'm only keeping two heifers out of this last crop. That's one of them, and that's the other. And the South Pole breed is really, these bulls have really helped what my calves look like. Look at the gut on that one. As Greg says, look at the gut on that cow. That's going to be a good one right there. I really like the black baldy type. Obviously, I've mentioned before, I'm going to go to straight South Pole as I can breed more pure South Pole heifers as things progress over the years. But we got good forage in here. These cattle will stay here a couple of days. I don't do the twice a day move, just for the one reason that I don't have the time. And so I put them in a little bit bigger paddock, let them eat that down by half, and then move them. So here's a Greg Judy bull, 2-year-old bull that I bought last June, and this dude is spectacular. He's got the most libido of any bull I've ever had on my place, and I've been doing this a long time. I've had cattle of my own ever since 1990, and as I've mentioned in previous videos, I was raised on a big cattle ranch in southern Arizona, 400 cow-calf pairs, and I've truly never seen a bull with the libido that this bull has. A cow comes in heat, and this sucker is all over that cow for as long as they're in standing heat, and obviously quite a while before they're in standing heat. And he will chase them until they relinquish their rights. And he's a good one, and I'm very, very pleased with this bull. And again, just telling you that Greg Judy's got it going on. He's got the cattle. He's got excellent seed stock. I've seen them in person. They're gentle, gentle, gentle. I was telling my wife about how gentle they were, and we're just walking through them. And in front of our eyes, a cow lays down and has a calf, as we did a pasture walk. And I've seen hundreds and hundreds of calves born. And as I told Greg that day while we were on that pasture walk, it just never gets old. It just never gets old. But look at these cows. They're fat, they're sleek, they're shiny. And again, I'm graduating to the South Pole breed, and gonna try to do the seed stock thing here in Texas. You cannot find South Pole bred cattle in Texas. I've looked. There's a couple of places that sell some, but they're really, really tough to get on a list so that you can actually buy some seed stock. They run out quick, and I think they've got lists and are obligated for several years. So that's my plan. I love South Pole cattle. Watch Greg Judy's videos. They're excellent. And if you're interested in a different breed that will do well in Texas and the southern states, that's no question going to be the South Pole. They're heat tolerant, they've got high fertility, they're docile, they're just an excellent, excellent cattle. And there's nothing better than being here on this Sunday morning and watching these cattle head down, grazing through the pasture. There's quite a few head over that little hill, and they're starting to bed down, and they're gonna lay and ruminate for quite a few hours, and then they'll be back up eating again when they get a little bit hungry. But what a wonderful adventure. And I would suggest to you that if you have the opportunity, go to a grazing school put on by Greg Judy. He and Jan do an excellent job. The people there are highly motivated, and they do an outstanding job imparting information to the participants. So wanted to show you this little group of cows. Then I want to show you across the road here. This is a neighbor's place, and the neighbor saw what I was doing with my pastures, and he asked me if I could run some cows on his place to get his pastures looking like mine. And so I've grazed this once this year, and it's amazing what the regrowth has done. It's a different kind of grass on his side of the road, interestingly. And I'll put the cattle through here again here in about probably 3 to 4 weeks, and we'll get some good use out of his 17 acres and improve his pasture, fill my cattle with some good grass, and the journey continues. So lots of fun things can happen. Again, Greg Judy's got it going on, and I really, really recommend his grazing school. He's practical, he's knowledgeable, he's got an excellent way of communicating, and I can't tell you that you can find anybody else that you will enjoy more. Obviously there's lots of good speakers out there, but I just want to reinforce the fact that I very much recommend his grazing school, and it's an on-the-farm experience like no other. So just wanted to pass that on to you. Hope you have a great day, and I very much appreciate you watching. If you would be so kind as to subscribe, I would appreciate that, and I'll try to keep these videos coming as I have time, and I enjoy the camaraderie of fellow grazers and the dialogue that these videos initiate. So have a great day. Thank you.